Hello everybody, this is Nintendo Mitch, and today, instead of doing a whole set review of XY Steam Siege, the new Pokemon TCG set, I'm just going to be going through my top 10 cards, which I think is better, and we're going to get into it right away. So at number 10 is a Fire type. It has 130 HP, and it's Volcanion. It's a holo in the set, but for 1 Fire Energy, 20 damage, and 2 fire energy from your discard pile, you get to attach to 2 different Pokemon on your bench. So it's an energy accelerator. Very good with a card that's later in this list. But for 3 energy, 100 damage. So it's a powerful card, and it's actually a promo at the pre-release. But yeah, it's a nice basic card that lets you exile energies, and that's why I made this list at number 10. So at number 9 is 2 cards, but Talonflame is a colorless Pokemon with 130 HP. It has the ability Gale Wings, which lets you, if you get it in your hand at the beginning of the game, you can start with it as your basic Pokemon, which is absolutely crazy to start with a stage 2 as your basic Pokemon. I think that's insane. And it has a break, so you can get it out on turn 2 if you're able to use it. But it has an attack called Arrow Blitz for 1 colorless energy, 40 damage, and search your deck for any 2 cards, which is really good. And Talonflame Break has 170 HP. It's a fire type, so that Volcanion that was number 10 can help it. But for 2 energy, 150 damage, but you have to discard all your energy, which actually just helps with that Volcanion at number 10. So that's why I made this list. Very powerful card. It's just very fast. You can start using it basically right away with the other Talonflame, because you can get whatever cards you need, and then you can start with it. You can possibly get this out on turn 2, which I think is absolutely crazy. But yeah, Talonflame Break, number 9. Number 8 is a trainer card, an item called Special Charge. Shuffle 2 special energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. So if it's late in the game, you're using a Night March deck, or a Mega Rayquaza deck, something that uses double colors, or a fighting deck that needs those special fighting energy, you get to have more than 4 basically, because you can get them back. If your opponent used Enhanced Hammer or something, they wasted the Enhanced Hammer, you can just use it and get these energy back. That's why I made this list at number 8, even though it's an item. And number 7 is Darkness type. They are reprinting the Yveltal that has Oblivion Wing, which does 30 damage, and you get to attach a Darkness energy from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. But Yveltal Break, 150 HP, and for 3 Darkness energy, 120 damage, and it does 30 damage to every opponent's Pokemon on the bench that has any damage counter on it. So you can use the Crobat or the Absol from Roaring Skies to get those damage counters. And Yveltal is a basic, so you can get this out turn 2 and just start doing massive damage and bench snipe right away. That's why it's number 7. Number 6 is a Mega Gardevoir EX, which is one of the dual types. It's Fairy and Psychic type, has 210 HP, but it has an attack called Despair Ray, 110 damage, 10 more damage for each Pokemon on your bench that you discard. So if you have all 8 on your bench, that's a lot of damage you can do. But even though you're discarding, it's just very fast card that you can just do massive damage with easily. And we see Fairy types are so good now, and that's why it's number 6. Even though it's not a great attack, it's definitely a good card. But number 5, Pokemon Ranger, a supporter card. Remove all effects of attacks on you and I believe on your opponents. No, it says all players, so on all players. So Regice blocks EXs from attacks. If you can't handle that, if you have an EX, just use this, and that blocks the effect. it blocks effects like Oblivion Wing, Yveltal, so they won't be able to get those energies out. I don't know if it's for the whole game. That's insane. But that's why it made number 5, just because we see how good Hex Maniac is, and that's why it's number 5, because it blocks secondary effects of attacks. Now number 4, Yanmega and Yanmega Break. Now there's actually an ability, so it's a grass type, 110 HP, but Sonic Vision, if you have 4 cards in your hand, you can attack for no energy. So this attack does 50 damage, 70 more if your opponent has a Pokemon tool attached to it. But you'll be able to attack for no energy. With Forest of Giant Plants, you can get it out. And Yanmega Break has an attack 100 damage. This doesn't affect weakness or resistance, but you can attack, you can get it out first turn. Insanely fast card, since you need no energy. Since it's grass type, you can get out first turn with Forest and Giant Plants. Just attacks really fast. It's going to be a pretty good deck, but Hex Maniac is going to hurt it. Number 3, Volcanion EX. At number 10, there's a card called Volcanion, and it's a basic, so it's water and fire type. Steam Up. Discard a fire energy from your hand, and your basic fire type Pokemon do 30 more damage. So now that Volcanion that was at number 10 can energy accelerate and do a ton of damage because it stacks. If you have 4 Volcanion EX, you can just Volcanic Key, 130 damage I believe, but that's not the attack. You'll just have it on your bench, discard energy, do a ton of damage with your fire type Pokemon, which I think is that's why it's number 3, a very good card. But number 2 is Ninja Boy. Search your deck for a basic Pokemon and switch it with one of your basic Pokemon in play. So you'll be able to, if you're low on health or just need energy or something, need this for later in the game, you'll be able to use it. And then you'll be able to use that. If you have a Shaman in the active, you can use Ninja Boy. It will go away. Now you can use Ninja, it's a supporter, but you can use it to go away, and then just all the effects stay, so all your energy are on the new Pokemon already, and you'll be setting up really fast. But number 1 on our list, Xerneas Break. Yveltal Break was on this list because Xerneas is a basic and Yveltal are basic, so you can get out turn 2. We see how good fairy types are with the fairy support. 150 HP. Now it does 20 damage for each energy attached to all your Pokemon. So that's insane with cards like Togekiss and other cards like that. That's a lot of energy late game. If you just keep attaching energy, you'll be able to do so much damage on turn 2, since it's just basically a stage 1. Such a powerful card. That's why it's number 1 on the list. I'm sorry this video was rushed, I'm not very good with this, but thank you for watching. The set comes out August 3rd, and I'll be having another video, top 10 underrated cards, so if you think a card was missed, it will probably be on that list, but definitely thank you for watching. I'm Nintendo Mitch. Comment what your favorite card is, and what cards you think I should have been on this list, but thank you for watching. Bye, guys.